Hello, good afternoon. Michael Wynn, Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, a division of RB Oppenheim Associates. Thanks for joining the video podcast where we talk about digital marketing strategies and tactics to help grow your business. Today, we're going to talk about when is the best time to update or refresh your website homepage or your website experience for your end users. So the data suggests that in the 18 to 24 month window is when you should go through the process of a homepage redesign. I think that time frame can be obviously it's a guideline. It's not something that's set in stone, but I think that it's important for businesses who want to remain relevant and who want to appear as if they've got new and exciting things, even if you have not introduced new products or new services. That said, obviously, if you do offer new products or services, you want to update your site when that comes around. So it could be 9 months from now, So I think that obviously for each individual, besides the guidelines, I think there's a direct correlation between your company goals over the next 12 to 24 months. If you have an objective or a goal that your company is going to try to reach, and if you look objectively at your website homepage, is there an actionable item there for your website visitors to know that that's important to you as a business? I was recently working with a client and giving them some advice on a redesign, and they expressed some of their ideas and their goals and objectives for the next 12 to 24 months. And as we were looking at their current site, we noticed that there was really no mention or representation of creative centered around that particular goal. So I think that's a great place to start when you're sort of trying to create an outline of, okay, when and what is going to be part of this website update or refresh. I think that the other part that is often underlooked is the difference between what's important to your organization compared to what's important to the end user that's coming to your site. So I gave an example. We have a client that we've worked with before who, they're very passionate, and their goal and their objectives are centered around revitalization, redevelopment projects throughout the state of Florida. And so there's all kinds of different, before and afters of, like where a park gets installed, or, a downtown Main Street is revived and revitalized. And so that's their major, mission for the organization. But the most visited page on their website is they also have a directory of their members who publish job openings related to these various projects. So for the end users, when we look at the Google Analytics and we look at, okay, what's the most visited page on this website next to the home page, it's the job section. And, again, there's got to be a compromise. If you understand, if you really deploy empathy for the visitors to your website, and you really put yourself in their shoes, and you understand what's most important to them, and you put that front and center, you're creating a better experience for them because you're making it easy. You're reducing the friction, the digital friction for them to get access to the content that you want. But often you have to kind of put aside, your selfish, if you will, goals and objectives. So there's a balance there. But when you're able to really analyze through Google Analytics, and again, I run into this as well, you should check right now. If you're watching this video or you're listening to this podcast and you don't know if your website has Google Analytics running, you need to check that out, because there's incredible data that can be collected and help advise you and guide you for your update or refresh project, so that you have a more objective opinion that's not based on, well, the CEO, wants to have a big red box here, or, the Department of, Services manager wants to have the big picture of, Martha here. It really kind of helps to eliminate personal preferences within the organization that's running the organization. And that's often the mistake that we see with companies, is that they build the websites for themselves and they really don't build it for the people who are trying to get the information from it. And that's, we get in our own way at the end of the day. So I think understanding Google Analytics and user behaviors, when you look at the site content flow, it's really important. The next thing that has to be part of the decision process as you're thinking about it is, because of the mass adoption and usage of mobile devices, visiting websites, that has really tilted, especially for businesses who operate in after hours, meaning 5 p.m. and on, where the majority of their traffic is centered around that. So, hospitality industries, entertainment industries, or segments of the market, some retail organizations or businesses. If the bulk of your business is not between 9 to 5, then you really need to think about this fact, and that is, you need to eliminate the navigation bar completely. Just pretend like it's not even there. Because when people visit your site on a mobile device, that whole navigation bar is gone. It's compressed into, basically 3 bars or a little gear sprocket where people, can navigate. But that's not what we do. What we do is we pick up our device, we hit the site, and we just start scrolling, right? We just start scrolling, and we're looking for the big fat "that was easy" button, right? And so being able to, sort of create in buckets, if you will, the most important segments or sections of your site. Again, going back to what are the most, what are your objectives and goals for your organization? B, what is the end user trying to find? So what are those user behaviors telling you about how you should organize that content from a top to bottom organizational standpoint? So going through that exercise and thinking about it in buckets that basically just stack on top of each other can help you think about how the end user is going to experience your site on a mobile device. Because it's so common that, if you're working with a web developer, you're probably going to be working during the day from 9 to 5 or whatever. And so you're going to pass back and forth the development link to the site. You're going to be looking at it on your desktop, and a lot of decisions are going to be made by that. But if your developer is not helping you say, okay, we've looked at it in that format, now let's adjust our browser, because you can do it on your browser or on your desktop. You can undock it from the browser in full width, and you can compress it into a screen that is the width of a mobile device, and you can get an idea, or you can just pull up that link on your phone and check it out. But if you do that, that really allows you to test the mobile experience for your end user. So again, it goes back to not only when is the best time to update or refresh your website design, then once you've talked about that and discovered that, through the redesign process, going through and prioritizing what that content is based on your goals and based on the end user's experience that they're looking for, can really help you, quickly make the changes, make the updates, complete the refresh project for yourself, and get that new, fresh look out on the World Wide Web. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Michael Wynn. I'm the Chief Digital Officer of Digital Ops, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.